In this video, I want to go over a simple exercise that you can do today in order to simplify your schedule as an entrepreneur and to be more productive in your work. Hello, my name is Santiago Phoenix. I am a business growth consultant for entrepreneurs and experts online. And one problem that I see constantly is that nowadays everybody is burned out, or most people. From the employee to the CEO, everybody's running around task after task, and it's like a constant Asana board that never ends. So if you are in this situation where you have to go from meeting to meeting, where you cannot even go to the bathroom without relaxing, where your body's literally aching some days, I have something that will help you. Step number one is that we need to get very clear on how much money you want to make and how many hours per week you want to work. Because once we have that, we're going to be able to calculate your target hourly rate and then measure all your activities against that. So here's how that works. Let's say that you want to make $1 million per year. We're gonna say just revenue, not complicate ourselves with profit and all of that. It's just $1 million per year. And you want to work 4 hours per day, 4 days per week. All right, so each week you're gonna be working 16 hours. Per month, that would be 64 hours. And per year, if you work 12 months of the year, that would be 768 hours per year. Keep in mind that these are the actual productive hours. The reason why I just say 4 hours per day and 4 days per week is because we lose so much time. And this is part of today's culture, and it is also human nature, but we spend a lot of time just procrastinating and being distracted, doing things that do not actually add revenue to the business. So the actual productive hours that we have in a day, I believe on average are about 4 hours. Or that's been my experience at least. So in that case, it means that if you really want to make $1 million per year, you need to be making per hour $1,302. So almost $1,500 per hour. All right, so you have your target hourly rate, which, like I said, comes from knowing how much money you want to make per year or per month, and knowing how many hours of actual productive work, money generating work you want to be doing per day. And be realistic here, give yourself buffer times. With those numbers, we can calculate how much you should be making per hour in order to really hit that number. The next thing that we need to do is that we need to take a look at your current schedule. So we normally think our week is super chaotic, and for some people it might be, but for most people the activities just are very recurring and very predictable. So how does your typical week looks like? How many meetings are you going to? What type of things are you doing as soon as you wake up, as in the afternoon, as you go before going to bed? How does your normal day looks like? And then step number 2 would be to measure each of those activities against your target hourly rate. So for example, if you want to be a 7-figure earner, and you are, for example, fixing a logo on a website, you need to ask yourself, is this activity that I'm doing right now making me at least $1,300? If not, you should go to the next step, which I'm going to explain in a second. So that's what you do. You filter all of your activities against your target hourly rate. And this is if you actually do this, it's very clarifying, because there are so many things that you should not be doing yourself as the CEO. You should not be writing copy, you should not be automating emails, dealing with tech, dealing with bookkeeping, or doing customer service. All those things you need to start delegating the more money that you want to make. If you want to stay at 6 figures, that's fine. If you want to go to 7 figures, you need to delegate more. If you want to go to 8 figures, you need to delegate more until your time is so focused on the highest leverage activities that you really become more like an investor in the business, more like the person who is running the day-to-day operations of it. So once you, first step in this part is elimination. Just try to see from these activities what can be eliminated, because a lot of times there's a lot of talk about delegation. You need to delegate in order to grow your business. But before delegation, we should first ask ourselves, is this task worth it in the first place? Do we actually need to be doing this? And is it adding in some shape, way, or in some way is it adding revenue to our bottom line? If it's not, you can just eliminate it. So what task can you eliminate? And from the ones that you cannot eliminate, which ones should you delegate? And that comes from using the target hourly rate that we came up to before. And from the ones that you do, they are important, so they cannot be eliminated, and they need to be done by you, so they cannot be delegated. From those which are urgent and which are important. This is called the Eisenhower matrix. You can search it online, but you basically look at if something is urgent and important, you do it first. If something is important but not urgent, you can schedule it. If something is not urgent and not important, you can eliminate it. And if something is urgent but not important, you can maybe delegate it. Alright, just search for the Eisenhower matrix online. And that's the last step before doing what sometimes is very hard, which is to replace the previous activities with higher leverage ones. We do not want to just clear your whole schedule unless you want to stay on a certain revenue level. But what we want to do is to replace your previous activities with higher leverage ones. So things like sales, negotiation, strategic partnerships, strategic content creation, launches, product creation, all those higher level things, building your team, building your processes. Those are the things that are really going to take you up in your entrepreneurial journey. So just to recap, we need to know how much money you want to make and how many hours you want to work. Then with those numbers, we can define your target hourly rate. With your target hourly rate, we can measure your whole activities throughout a normal week that you have and see what things we can delegate, what things we can eliminate completely, and what things you actually need to be doing, and then just replace the ones that you eliminated or delegated with higher leverage ones. I hope this was helpful. If you are looking for some guidance on this, just go to myplantoscale.com. I have a free resource there that will help you gain the clarity that you need to strategically grow your business without so much overwhelm. And I hope this was really helpful.